Hey guys, Doran here, CEO of Culture Matters. So this is a 4-part series of my acronym for authentic communication, the culture of communication, love. Lead with optimism at a velocity and enthusiasm. So today we're talking about V, velocity. Now, what's the context? At the end of the day, if you're leading, meaning you are the questions you need to know to help somebody, and you've got the right energy, positive mental attitude, not negative, your body language is positive based on your belief system, which influences what? Your tonality, which comes across over the phone, not even necessarily in person, but over the phone. At the end of the day, not everyone needs your help. And that's where the ideology, the acronym velocity comes in. 80-20 rule. If you haven't heard of the 80-20 rule, basically 100 years ago, an Italian scientist named Vilfredo Pareto, he had an assumption that 20% of the plants made 80% of the offspring. He figured that quite potentially could actually be in other industries. And lo and behold, he passed and didn't really get much credit for it, but 50 years later, someone else did. History, right? And now we know that 20% of what we do usually gets us 80% of our results, and so on and so forth. So how can we draw from the Pareto principle, this universal law that we can't explain, and put it into this velocity? At the end of the day, if you make enough calls, you make enough hot calls, you're leading from love. You are the questions you need to know, meaning you're going to actually listen to understand to people, not try to read the script. You are the script. You have the right attitude. I'm going to argue with everybody in sales right now and say it's not 1 out of 10. Or Jim Rohn says, if you get 5 out of 10, you're a genius. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 qualified leads, meaning they're in a position that you know the likelihood is they need help, meaning real estate is a great example. Someone that had an expired listing, they probably needed a move. Would it be 10% of people needed or 80? Probably closer to 80. So velocity is about the understanding that at the end of the day, even if you're authentically communicating from the right heart, man, love, you're looking to help somebody, not everybody is in a position to be helped. And that's why you got to ask the questions. That's why you got to listen. That's why you got to genuinely care. At the end of the day, leave that call optimistically because it is a numbers game. The world is a numbers game. Not everyone is ready for this video. There's levels to this stuff. And when they are, I'll be here for when they are. We'll meet them halfway. Guys, this is Doran, CEO Culture Matters. I hope velocity was of value to you. Just remember, it's a numbers game at the end of the day, but people aren't numbers. People matter because culture matters. So what's yours?